Hey guys, and welcome to the Dean448 vlog. Alright, subject I want to talk about is bye-bye Grayson. Literally, after 16 minutes of the full-time whistle at Bolton Wanderers, after the game after Bolton Wanderers, 16 minutes later, Grayson got sacked. Now, that is joy to my heart. Literally, it is. Because the reason why I say that because Grayson, he just wasn't pushing those players in the right direction. And, well, he was somewhat pushing them in the right direction, but just wasn't pushing them hard enough. Yep, he wasn't pushing hard enough. And what happened there? 14 games like of draws and losses, and only one game winning. That's just Martin Bain. You should have sacked him earlier, mate. But unfortunately enough, 16 minutes later after the Bolton game, he's gone. He's out. So, a lot of people are asking the question on Sunderland's mind right now is, who's going to be our new manager? And there is a lot of names actually mentioned. And by me, a lot of names, I mean a lot of names. Let's go through some of the names, shall we? Alright, first off, Roy Keane was actually mentioned. Roy Keane, yes, I could see him returning, but I actually want Roy Keane back because one reason is I think it was like 2007 to 2008 season or 2008 to 2009 where we were in the Championship, right? We were right down to the bottom. Roy Keane got us back up to the Premier League. And what happened after that? He got sacked because Ellis Short was too busy, you know, or let's say like, oh, I'm not going to give you the right amount of money because you weren't the potential manager. Weren't the right potential manager, he freaking got us back into the Premier League. That says something about Roy Keane. And I know a lot of people want Roy Keane back, but what can you do really? Another name that was mentioned, but I wouldn't want to damage his achievements, what he's done. Yes, his achievements that have been done in the past and everything and all that, that was great. Being our top goal scorer at the time, Kevin Phillips. And sorry guys, but there's a train coming. I haven't done this in a while. Sorry about that, guys. A train. Anyway, yes, that name Kevin Phillips, right? His achievements, being our top goal scorer, winning the European Gold Boot. Obviously enough, top goal scorer deserves it. But the thing is, though, would you like to see him coming as our manager? Because, yeah, achievements and all that good enough, but it might damage his, it might damage the way that he's done. It's the same with another person in mind as well, Kevin Ball. Well, Kevin Ball has already taken the manager job first, and I did ask Kevin Ball would he actually take it back. He said no, so I don't want to be damaged anymore. So yeah, so I agree with Kevin Ball on that. Kevin Phillips, though, however, I'm going to say 50-50 on that one for the potential manager. Another one that was mentioned back in the day, and I don't think he will come back now because of the way football is now, Peter Reid. Yes, he might have done some bad things in the past, like with us, but with us, he was one of our top managers. And honest to God, I really do admire that, and I really want a manager like that to actually wake the players up, because they are not waking up, to be honest with you. They've gone soft. They've gone soft as shit. Where's all the tough football that was back in the day? All the stories that I've been hearing of Kevin Ball, Niall Quinn, Kevin Phillips, all those players back in the day were actually tough. They were actually really tough, and they didn't even give a shit about the rules. They just went for it. And by God, I want that football back, but are we actually going to get it back? No, because the FA actually changed the bloody rules. The FA did change the bloody rules, and my God, it's just that. But Peter Reid, once he left for us, he went down to China, didn't do very well in there, and hasn't been in the manager job ever since. So I would love to see Peter Reid come back. Peter Reid will be one of the managers that I would love to see come back. Hell, I'll tell you who I would love to have as a manager, but I think he's been a caretaker manager before, but he's never been a full manager. Niall Quinn, correct me if I'm incorrect, but I could be wrong on that, but I don't know about like as much as what true Sunderland fans know. But I know he's been a caretaker manager before, like so I've heard. But I would love to see Niall Quinn as our manager, because he's been our chairman before. And granted, he might not have done so many good things as chairman, but he could do a lot of good things as manager. And that is what I would love to see. I would love to see a really good potential manager coming in. Now, I've been watching the Mighty Mackham's video along with Paul Wilson, and they were talking about potential managers that could come in. Paul mentioned one, and he mentioned Alan Pardew. Granted, he might have been a Newcastle manager, but Alan Pardew didn't do as bad as Steve McLaren. Now, Steve McLaren, that's a no-no. He can actually stay far away from the club as possible, because literally, I don't want him as a manager. I don't think any Sunderland fan wants to. Newcastle might, but no Sunderland fans. No, Steve McLaren, you just stay far away, mate. Alan Pardew, on the other hand, yeah, it might be a step down from the Premier League, and he might do a lot good in the Championship, but I just didn't think that he was actually Premier League management material. Championship, yes, he could do that, but Premier League, nah. Premier League's a tough league. It's where all the big boys play. We used to be one of them. We are actually an underrated club, like as my mate actually said, because we got an underrated fan base. That I can actually agree on, because underrated, there is, to be honest with you, we are actually one of the top clubs in the Championship, and we should have been shredding through this like mad. We should have been at the top, but unfortunately enough, what Grayson did to this club is, you're a fucking disgrace, mate. That's what you are. You shouldn't have even been the manager for Sunderland, but the only reason why you would take it for is because you had to move up from friggin' Preston. Sorry if I'm getting mad at them Preston here. To be honest with you, you should have kept the Preston job, because you actually did really good in Preston. There's a lot of managers' names going around as well. But I'm so keen to like actually what these two temporarily caretaker managers can actually do for us, which is Billy McKinley. He was apparently, for what I've heard, he was our scout under David Moyes, and honestly enough, it might be interesting for the Borough game, but to be honest with you, with Gary Monk as their manager, they might just get an easy 3 points off us. So thank you Borough for stealing 3 points off us. Thank you for that. But also we got Robbie Stockdale as well. Now I don't know much about Robbie Stockdale, but do know that I've heard. I think he might have been manager before, but I could be wrong on that. But yeah, I could be wrong on that one. Robbie Stockdale, however, I'm just going to wait and see what happens at the Borough game, because I might be going to the Stadium of Light to actually watch this. If not, I'll be keeping an eye on Twitter just to see what they can actually do. But yeah, that's all I've got to say, guys, just about this Simon Grayson thing, because it's going around and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, bye bye Grayson, you're gone, mate. You're gone. I just hope and pray that the new manager who comes in could actually wake the players up. And by me wake them up, I mean toughen them up as well. Because now, for what I saw at the Butland game, they were scared. They were scared of the opposition team, which what we shouldn't have even been doing in the first place. We should have actually made them scared of us. But unfortunately enough, we were scared of them. Our defensive was shit. So was their defense. So was their defense as well. Their defense was shit, but ours was even more shit. But we're okay with going forward. They're okay going forward. I don't know about that, man. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens in the transfer window, because there's a lot of players that I actually want to go, and I actually want to see us bring in new, well, actually good players in that can actually take us from the relegation zone and hopefully keep us in the league, maybe even get us in the playoffs. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens then. Alright, so this has been Dean448. I hope you've enjoyed the video about me ranting about Simon Grayson and the managers. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and comment down below, who do you think would you like to see as our new manager. And peace!